Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Guys, today I want to talk about something that feels more than just the politics, something that touches the very nerve of our global stability. On June 17th, just as the world hoped for a pause in violence between Israel and Iran, President Donald Trump shattered those expectations with a few explosive posts on social media. Posts that didn't just make the headlines, they moved global markets, caused panic in oil supply chains, and regional fears of a larger war. But then, in the same breath, Trump made a very intentional choice. He threatened Ayatollah Khamenei, Iran's supreme leader, but stopped short of saying he would kill him. That line he didn't cross, and I think there is a lot more to it than the political strategy. So, guys, in this video, I am diving deep into what's going on, not just geopolitically, but psychologically and emotionally. And I will also share my own take because this isn't just the news, it feels personal. It's about the leadership, restraint, and the cost of power. So let's start with what exactly happened. After leaving the G7 summit early, Trump posted on Truth Social that he was involved in something much bigger than a ceasefire. He called for the unconditional surrender of Iran and even said they knew exactly where Khamenei was hiding. This wasn't just a rhetoric statement, it was a public ultimatum with the clear implication of a military strike. Now, think about this for a second. When a former US president and the current Republican frontrunner for 2024 says these words in the open, markets take it seriously. Stocks dropped, oil prices spiked, and Tel Aviv's stock index hit an all time high, a sign that Israel was preparing for what might come. Behind the scenes, NBC reports Trump met with the top national security advisors. A strike on Iran is very much on the table. So, if he has the intelligence and he is ready for an action, why not just go all in? Why stop at the threats? So guys, let's explore why did he said he won't kill Khamenei. Here is where I got a bit personal. I have always believed real leadership is knowing when not to act. When Trump said Khamenei is an easy target, he was sending a message not just to the Iran but to the world that he could but he won't. Not unless he is forced. And that restraint is powerful. Killing a head of state, especially a religious political figure like Khamenei, would set off a global catastrophe. Not just retaliation in the Middle East, but a chain reaction of terror calls, proxy wars, and possibly a full blown regional conflict that could engulf the Gulf states, Israel, and even US troops stationed overseas. And I think Trump knows that in well. For all the bravado, all the art of the deal theater, he has also played someone who has played close to the edge before and walked back. If you guys remember North Korea, fire and fury, then handshakes. It's all calculated. And in this case, I think he wants to rattle the cage without breaking the lock. But I want to be honest with you guys. It really scares us. We live in a time where conflict spreads faster than the peace, where leaders talk more on Twitter than behind the closed doors. And when you have a nuclear capable countries exchanging threats on social media, it feels like diplomacy has been replaced with the drama. And yet, part of me gets it. Sometimes the world needs to be reminded that actions have real consequences. That if you cross a certain line, you don't get away with it. Maybe Trump is trying to do exactly that, create a fear without pulling the trigger. But what gets lost in all this? It's ordinary people, families in Iran, civilians in Israel, soldiers who don't want war but may be forced into one, children who will grow up with the rubble instead of the playgrounds. We talk about the targeted strikes and military options like they are just lines in a game plan. But these decisions have a real human cost, and that's something no social media post can ever fully show. So, guys, what is exactly Trump's ultimate strategy? Now, from a geopolitical lens, Trump's messaging might have a dual purpose. First, to project a strength as election season heats up, shows his base he is tough on Iran, especially after Biden's more diplomatic approach. Secondly, to box Iran in, make them nervous, unpredictable, even internally unstable. By saying Khamenei is being watched, Trump may be trying to shake confidence among Iran's elite, maybe even push them to rethink their support for the conflict with Israel. So, guys, it's the psychological war before the physical one, and in the space, Trump always thrives. But here is the fine line. What happens if Iran calls his bluff? What if they escalate in response? And what if a US ship is attacked in the Gulf? What if a civilian aircraft is shot down again? Then what? So why won't Trump kill Khamenei? Because he knows that sometimes power isn't in pulling the trigger, it's in holding back when the world expects you not to. And honestly, I hope that never changes because at the end of the day, behind every speech, every tweet, every military plan, there are people, lives, families who actually gets affected just like you and just like mine. And if we lose sight of that, then we have already lost far more than any war can lost. So guys, let me know in the comments what do you exactly think on this? Is Trump playing a smart strategy here or is he pushing us dangerously close to a new conflict? If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe and share it with others who want to understand what's really happening behind the headlines. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, peace is not weakness, it's a wisdom. So, guys, I will sign off and I will see you in the next video.